Welcome, guys. Wednesday. I'm back. I'm back to my own setup and my home. Finally, it's been a while. I missed it. So far, we had a really nice roundup. Let's go and dive in for the things what my coming up in our hands. So far, I really don't care about the long and shorts. Let's not even cover that. Obviously, we have we're coming into the max pain on longs and shorts. We almost took out. It's been almost like 400-ish area we got in locally. We bounced back and now we are aiming to go a little bit higher. So let's cover the liquidity because there is chunk that we took away locally and I'm quite happy about that. We spiked up and we had a really nice 4-hour close above the structure. So far, so good. Let's see if we can keep that. On a higher up note, we still had some little bit chunk left above us and below. So I'm really aiming to go a little bit more higher up around the 148-ish area, 150. Retouch, bearish retest of the previous structure and added some small retrace of that one. Let's see if we're going to hold that. So far, I like the hold. So what we're having. Can we go a little bit lower? Definitely on the high time frame structure. If you look at the liquidity below us, it's quite thick yet still. So aiming for that, no brainer. If you're gonna get into that, we're gonna wick into it, and the buyback is gonna be quite strong, I guess. And then we start to aim for 120. The bearish readers that I'm aiming for quite bigger formation or a range sideways. Let's see if we're gonna get that. So far, nice buyback. RSI, we still kind of nice in the weak area. We are not really that oversold. Some of the coins, of course, they've been already, and we're starting to aim to go a little bit to the overbought area. So let's see if we're gonna flip it so far on the 24 hours. I kind of digging it if we're gonna bounce from it. If not, by all means, we can go a little bit lower. Then the nice stuff, the juicy stuff. We had a small wall above it that got a little bit more pulled, and some of them got taken on the area of 112-ish. So that was nice. We had a nice spike up. The 4-hour close was really good above the structure. I like that. Any pullback right now and holding on 112-ish 3, that could be good with the chunk over here with the bits. I really don't want to aim a little bit lower now because then we start to break things, and that was just a liquidity grab. So far, I really like to hold it. Even better if you're gonna go straight into the pocket over here, the magnet, because there are some nice bits laying there. It's quite thick, and it by a look of it, it's start to get a little bit more natural. It's not really that bot area formation, I guess. So they might pull it. Let's see. If not, we might come into it and grab some chunk of it, and that's going to be the on the side retest, bearish retest for this structure will be failed. So far, so freaking good. I like it. Moving on to the charts, my favorite one to start with, VIX. We are still getting into the 17 points area. That's flipping that and aiming for 19 might form any bigger pullback on Bitcoin. That means we might get into that area of liquidity where I'm talking below us, around the 110-ish area. If so not, if we start to reverse over here and we're going to aim again for 14, then we might do the sideways move or go a little bit more higher up. Let's see. So far, I seriously don't want to go higher than the 19. I want to get that pushed in the downside again, like we did it over here. If we're going to do the same thing like over here, then we're going to aim for a little bit higher, and maybe the downside is going to be a little bit more painful. So let's see how the week's going to carry on. So far, I'm aiming to go a little bit more sideways or have a little bit more push into the 116 area to regain the structure. If that's not going to be possible, then we might do the stepwise to the downside. Again, like we used to do it a couple weeks ago. Anyhow, metric-wise, bears were a little bit more in control for a while. quite refreshing as well. See it so far, the bulls are stepping a little bit more into it. We still have some more bigger support area below us, and we're getting into the low volume, so we might have a potentially spike into the point of control, retest that bearishly, and then have a bigger failure to get back into the area of 108-ish support. And let's see if we're gonna hold that. So far, the 4-hour looks really nice. We are kind of aiming to go a little bit more higher, and so far we find a support with that regain of the structure in my case, and we are kind of squeezing all around into the capital flow. So it looks good. If we start to flip, that means shit is going first, then the alts and the large caps are following afterwards. So if so, we're gonna hold that, aim for a little bit more upwards movement, and we might do some nice nice things on some of the coins. Yes, there's some room to run it up till 159-ish area, point of control 4-hour. So let's see. Now, the fun stuff. Overall, on the market, we saw really some nice pullback. It wasn't big. We just aim a little bit more below the neutral zone, and we're getting into the pocket that I'm always aiming to buy up some nice things. DEXs, NFTs, I'm not really about it, but AI are quite nice to get into it. Smart contracts as well are quite interesting to grab. Gaming, I will be a little bit more risky right now to buy, but hey, if you find something nice that bottom already, then who knows, it might be a nice profitable, but it's still a little bit higher than I'm always expecting. And privacy start picking up again. So let's see if we start to get flip on it and we start to reverse on it. But so far we had a really nice pullback. We might even go a little bit more lower than that, but it's all fine. And in my own portfolio, it's nice and squeezing into the 50 and 40-ish 40 area. That's good. I was buying shitloads of it today and yesterday, so pretty much I like it so far. AVAX is freaking higher up still and didn't want even to retrace, so fine. Dixie, it had a nice spike, so if you start to retrace on Dixie and Bitcoin start to pick it up together with hype, then the rest will follow, of course, and obviously, right? So far, so good. I like this area, and like I've been saying, I'm buying every single low so far. Still, we're not gonna break anything on the seriously high time frame, but that's in a second. Moving on Dixie, as I've been saying, it had a nice run up, but still holding on that 96 area. I'm aiming for the 98 to fail from it. Hopefully, if not, we start to regain that structures over here locally and then aim for the higher up node. It's 99.7-ish. Hopefully to get that failure. If not, if we start to do some bigger things, then definitely the market's going to retrace a little bit more bigger and we start to see some bigger dump formations, let's say. So far on the Dixie, right now, us freaking to the T. I've been saying we got the retrace to the 105-ish area over here, and let's see if we're gonna start to regain, do some sideways. I would not mind to do this formation again, right? So coming back into the area of resistance, coming back, holding the support, and then breaking out of it. Technically, something like this, right? On the bigger node. Let's see how that's gonna form. So far, we are in this freaking range from that breakout that we just had. Could be nice if we spiked up and we regain this whole freaking all-time high market and then going higher up. Gold start kind of aiming to go lower. It used a pullback, nothing major. Let's see if we're gonna do some bigger things. So far, I'm not technically. It's stupid to aim for this stupid fair because I don't think we're gonna get it right now away. So I'll let me just switch it on. Then the only area that I'm aiming for are those two to hold and have a continuation or do some bigger sideways move, right? Something like this. This support area over here, I kind of like it. Breaking anything below, then we start definitely going back to this area to retest the RS flip of it. And let's see if we're gonna hold it or coming back into the definitely super flip. Be aware, gold never broke its primer structure to the downside so far. It had some lows back in the days, but so far, from couple years, we just been doing grind stuff to the upside. Remember that. Don't aim for the bigger retracements or whatever. So coming back into this area, definitely buy, right? No brainer again. Moving on. Dominance. Again, to the fucking T. Sorry for my French. I've been saying that we might come back into the 58 area to retest that and see if we're gonna reclaim that or aim for higher up. We had a nice back up. We did the pullback on it. We closed below the structure. We hopefully we're gonna break to the downside, retest the lows on that one. If not, we still can do something like this, right? Wick into it and then start to break. All possible. If not, I'm aiming to get into the lows, again push back, and then coming into that grind stuff to the downside. So technically forming this falling thing pattern, right? But we always kind of having on dominance. So let's see how we're gonna play out that. So far, it's still good. I like that we are already that high on the dominance, and we still can go a little bit more higher. That's all possible. Eventually, more potential to go lower, right? I like that. I dig that shit. The only French I understand. Yeah, me too. Don't worry. I used to speak French, but so far. um, so let's talk about that stuff as well. For people that have been DMing me again, I still don't see any cash flow positive coming in on the daily, and that was always my aim. That I'm gonna say that I'm aiming to see anything, because that's been last time we had it in December. Since then, we've been in negative cash outflow. If you're not gonna flip positive, then that's not gonna go higher up. So just for people to remind that we are still in this thing, whatever it calls, whatever it does, I don't care. I'm aiming for my bias about this flip of cash flow, and then we start to do any bigger moves. So far, then let's go back to set this back on. This we added, and now let's get to the juicy stuff. All right, there's a lot of happening on the chart right now, but since last stream, I've been talking about to hold of the daily high of the swing and coming back into the previous weekly retest that we didn't retest, that it started over here. And I marked it as well because I knew that that level is going to go away with this new weekly formation, and the previous weekly is going to stay over here. And look at that fucking to the T. So by all means, it was a really nice run to the downside. Right now, we are holding the previous weekly. That's great. Regaining the daily and the previous daily right now, aiming to go higher up. So far, I'm seriously aiming. We're going to do on the side retest of the this structure, anything something like that, coming back into the structure, holding the support, and we might do some grind or some sideways bigger moves on it. That's what I would really like to do it. And obviously, I'm definitely you're gonna have that hodl bot over here switching on somewhere like that. I guess I didn't check it even. So coming back into it, I don't want to get back into this structure again, because then we start to do something like this again and then grind for a longer time, right? Or even fail this area over here, and that's kind of that I'm not really aiming to do right now. Pardon. So far, so good. I like that hold. Retest of the previous weekly over here, what we used to have, and we didn't get into that bigger stuff of liquidity yet. So, top of that, we got literally a little bit into that support area of overlapping support over here. That's freaking big. So, same over here. We still can have the continuation and regain that stuff or fail, and then coming back into it again, wick into that, and then do another shitty move like this, right? Something like that, and then coming back, no worries. We still positive on that one. There is still a lot of port below us. I'm not even aiming that we're gonna go through that easy on that one. And like I've been saying, the biggest resistance didn't been tested yet, so we still can grind higher up, regain that high, and then cover up over here the resistance, take out all of the longs from here, and then do the bigger move. All good. Then on top of that, nice spot is as well the liquidity. There is a big chunk below us. We got most of the 20 axis as well over here, and we got almost into the dead zone gap. So by all means, always, like we've been saying, coming close into that area, you always have reversal because there is not much to take. And the leftover is going to be stay here to do a bigger move later on. So still fine. There is still a lot of to take. And right now we are aiming to get the leftovers, 150 axis from the dump, what we created. Good stuff. And yes, there is a bigger gap above it. So that's why I'm aiming as well to have that on the side retest below that structure and then do the bigger moves or grind a little bit more, do the sideways, something like this, right? To do and then break out of it. All possible, like it always fucking does. So let's see how we're gonna play out. But so far, so good if we start to hold this area below. I don't want to trade below the 107, right? And then eventually, if that always someday is gonna happen, you're getting into the area of June and February that we used to flip and retest of the 102 area that we didn't even do it on the way up. So coming back into that area, I don't want to lose this shit over here, 100 again, because we're gonna fuck around the 100s for ages already, and it start to get boring. Now it's time to do the move or fail completely, and then see you in a couple of years on in the main market, right? Oh, guys. So yeah, so far so good. On the oscillator wise, 12 hours start to flip as well. We have the reversal area. That's good. If you start to close it over here or around the previous daily, that's nice. That's always good. And I always had a nice run-ups with the 12 hours. So far, I'm still aiming. We're going to get into the resistance and then we start to fail. Or if we start to do some bigger things, then we need to settle a bigger candle to the downside, close below without even pulling it back. So far, I like the 12 hours daily. Still can turn around in a couple days. So far, I'm aiming for 4 hours and 12 hours that I'm looking at it. I like that. Almost every single time, it got perfect goals on the reversals. So yeah, or we can do one of those ones. Sticky, grab of liquidity, and then regaining the shit. That could be as well working on me. That's fine. Coming back into that area over here, a little bit more below 109-ish area, and then taking the liquidity and then go for it. I guess I don't need that one anymore. This one, clear so far. I like it. So far, continuation it is. And yeah, remember guys, there is a lot of support below us here still. We're not gonna get that easily, I guess, through it. If not, then I would like to get you wrong about it. The wall is still there. I'm just checking on the side. Yeah, they're still there. All right, cool. So yeah, that's a little bit more on Bitcoin. I guess not much to talk about the higher time frame. As a weekly, the previous weekly close was a little bit more iffy and bearishy, but still not much happening. And that's why I always like to see the first open of the week to go a little bit more to the downside. So you create the down wick, and then you just continue to get to the upside, right? You form this, and you start to close some over here, get into the area, coming back, close the wick, and then you can start to turn around. Easy as that. But so far, it still can reverse a little bit more and go higher to do another fucking bearish divergent, right? So monthly, nothing changed yet till we're not gonna close anything above 115.8 around. Yeah, and we still have a week to go for a monthly. There it is. That's gonna be covered a little bit more later on. So far, daily position and point of view, it's still higher up. Cash flow is still in. We are starting to get quite nicely cooled off on the oscillator. I like that area, and we have a lot of support below us. Still, even daily support below us around the 109. area. So we can still wick into that and finally go a little bit more higher up. And there is as well a resistance area above it. So that's why I'm aiming for the resistance, build up some position to go short on Bitcoin. That's the only one so far that I'm shorting, who will be shorting. Do not even think about shorting anything else. But that's my takeaway. You don't need to do exactly the same what I'm doing. And I'm gonna start to build my position to for the bear market. XPL, I will have a look on that one in a second. Will you mean fundamentals or chart wise? Fundamentals, I don't give a shit. Chart wise, I will tell you in a second, because I want to cover that one as well. I think I had it on the look at it or something like that. I don't remember. Let's see. Anyhow, moving on. My second baby. Yeah, 4 hour. Hype. Really nice pullback. Still holding the higher low. Didn't break. Didn't even come close to break anything. So that's fine. We had a nice close above the support area. Overlapping one, obviously, as well. Zoom in to have a look on that one. Still, potentially, we can even go lower to even 40 or 38 area to still keep being bullish. Sorry. There is no problem for hype to break the bigger structure and then reverse and go higher up. After the all-time high, we're holding the low and up it is. There is no resistance so far for me above it. So that's good. I'm still aiming to get into this area over here. I took my profit, my TP profit to the T on the top. So great stuff. I load up a little bit more on that one over here. And I'm still in the bigger long position on it. So for now, I'm aiming 64. If we start to regain, if we start to regain the all-time high area, 64 and even a little bit more higher up, just because there is a little bit more liquidity to grab. Right? I know hype doesn't give a shit about the liquidity, leverage liquidity that much. It still can go a little bit more above that or even skip it. So, but there is still some plenty things to do. So far, it's grinding to the upside. If you look, you zoom out, right? Don't forget about the high time frame to look at it. So I will not be surprised if that's gonna continue for a couple times, right? I'd rather to do that than do a bigger spike and dump and then goodbye, right? Obvious as that. So far, you seriously need to close below $30. Yeah, so $30 on over here, nice straight line to fail on the bigger high time frame structure. Yeah, good luck with that. Hype. Just because there is a shitload of support to pick up from, and even if you get into that area, you're still aiming to retest the bearish formation of it. So both ways are still good, and I'm not even thinking about that. That's gonna go there so far, right? Sure as well. It's squeezing technically. If you look at the bigger picture of it, right? So, so if it's like that, quite a squeeze, very nice, and I'm aiming to have a blow off the top sooner or later. Would be nice. Not really aiming for the order books because that doesn't give a shit as well about it. Still holding the lows, and I've been saying every single new low, I'm buying it, and I did as well buy a little bit more over here. I did more over here than on here, but still same thing. Looking at 4 hour, perfectly hold and aiming to go higher up. That's fine. 12 hours looks a little bit more appealing as well, with the trend change and reversal on that one, and a little bit more high time frame bots coming into the play. But the cash flow didn't switch yet positive. That can switch in a couple days. So far, really nice. Hold of the lows, double bottom over here, and I'm really not aiming to go lower. And if so, by all means, I'm gonna buy shitloads more below the area. So far, so good. AVAX pissed me off because it doesn't want to go lower enough for me to load up a little bit more on top of it. I just bought a small chunk over here because I thought it will go a little bit more lower, but it regained. It came above its prior high. That's good, and it's holding the structure right now, and it's gonna continue as well doing that. And being AVAX right now, holding on that February without even pulling back harder than it used to do on most of the coins from February level, that's freaking fucking perfect. Aiming now, flipping the yearly. Technically, I'm not really seeing much to be hold on. Expect like maybe a little bit on here. This been tested, so maybe on the high of that structure, and then the last one, the bigger resistance is going to be on December level because we failed that exact the same as we've been failing on February. So those are the two that I'm going to aim for, maybe a little bit more profit. And then December, it's going to be a bigger position. So yeah, like I said, I bought a little bit more over here. I was aiming we're going to get a little bit more deeper on the pullback, but eventually we didn't. And we still holding on the flip. But I've been telling that as well for a while, 27-ish area, holding that previous weekly, perfect regain, and right now aiming to flip the yearly. And that's going to be an issue because that's been already tested. So aim is 38 and then 41 straight. But that's going to do some ballistic things. I'm quite happy about that one. And the positive cash flow coming in right now on the 4 hours after the previous close. So good stuff. Fucking all of it. Injective, a little bit more behind, and it broke a little bit more on the highest time structure, but I'm not really worried about it. Like I've been saying, I'm gonna be worried more if you're gonna get into the $9 area, but I don't think we're gonna get there. Shame, because I will fucking buy a house of it. So far, nice pullback, regain of the structure, and flipping September is not gonna be an issue as well because that's been already retesting. That's not a really big area as well anymore. And then, of course, you're going to take level by level. And so far, fucking 14 area, that resistance over here need to be flipped to get into that 17 finally. Because then that's going to be the bigger flip. Same as AVAX did with 28 area. That's the RSI on injective 17 area. And then I'm going to aim for the February. The levels below, I don't care. I am aiming for the February and then the Q4. But February is gonna have some retracement as well. Maybe same as inject of AVAX small one into the support and then coming back into the game again. So, but injective have a little bit more bigger run up to the December level and a little bit more structure to hold on it. Let's see how that's gonna play out. But so far, let's talk locally. The first weekend I want to see is a weekly. That's the first one. The rest in between, I do not care about it, right? Something like that, or even coming back, and then that's what I want to see on an injective to a bigger aim. So, link, fucking look at that, perfect. RSI flip, retest, hold on, and now start to regain your prior structure over here and coming back into the weekly. That will be really awesome. And like I've been saying as well last week or on Sunday, I don't remember, if Link start to do bigger moves and regaining the prior high before anything else gonna move, we're gonna see something similar that we used to see a couple of weeks or a month ago. That Link went ballistic on those moves over here, and then the whole market followed, technically, right? Let's see if that's gonna be again happening. So that's all about it. Oh, and if still holding on the box, I've been mentioning last week on one of my streams, still holding it. If we start to break that one, then eventually, yeah, you could argue we might see some support somewhere over here, or even bigger one. I would like to see something over, right? Those area, if before we're gonna get into the bigger area below us. But so far, same thing, flipping weekly. That's the aim because that was the biggest failure of the market. We need to regain that to go higher up. If not, bearish on the side retest, it is. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be Solana. Ooh, nice hold. Okay, nice hold. Nice hold of the flip area. That's really good. Right now, you really need to aiming for the previous daily, regain that. So kind of seeing it a little bit more doing Solana thing. So it's grinding a little bit more to the upside, like always does, right? Let's see if it's gonna play out. But so far, you need to hold that. If not, you're coming back into the September in the bigger picture, and even maybe coming back into the yearly levels. Still positive. I would not be. I mean, I would not like to fail 179. This flip was quite major for Solana and was really nice to grind up. And yes, there is still possibility to go lower to stay in bullish position, but I'd rather not to do it. Let's see how it's gonna play out. So far, flipping the previous daily and then aiming for February or weekly. That would be really nice. But yeah, it's a overall it's a quite nice run up for a Wednesday. We used to have a little bit more bigger last week or week previous week. So far it's okay. Yeah, nothing to complain about it, I guess. So yeah, cool stuff. All right, let me go to chat. French stuff, French stuff. Fucking hell. Oh, French. Mm, 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 mm. Polish rap? Are you hearing that? Really? I had it switched off on and be able to hear it, but maybe it's just because of my I'm blasting it through my headphones. What's the question about? Oh yeah, the XPL, right? XPL stuff. I mean, he's working for the music industry, right? So he should have a good ears for that kind of stuff. Seriously, like the market maker stuff on that one, it's quite perfect because it's still doing higher lows on the whole chart. So yeah, I guess that's good. You still didn't regain you major resistance above the September area, so that's gonna be your aim. It's been tested on the side, but not on the top, so you still could do something like this. One more coming back and then breaking out from it. Just watch out. Oh, there it is. There's still resistance. What you're aiming to get into that, and just be aware of it. There is not much of history yet on that one, right? So there's not gonna be much of information to pull from. But if you start to get into the low time frame, like I don't know, 50 minutes, I will not even care about that much about it because I don't think they settle down the volume, the volatility, and the volume of it. They're still a little bit more new to it, and they see the fuckery of it. They grind, coming back into it. I would rather stay on 1 or 4 hour and see how that's gonna play out and take the swings because they're quite perfect so far. If you aim right, it got hit quite perfectly over here, and same technique, same here, right? Even yeah, you failed that. You're still aiming to go a little bit more higher up, but anyhow, let's let's keep it on a higher time frame just to see how and what you should do on it. So I've been mentioning this you resisted below the order block as well. Holding this level is quite major because technically the rest of it to the left side been tested. So starting failing 0.5, I'm gonna get into the fucking starting up price or list price. So I'm not sure if you're gonna get there. I mean, it's gonna be cheap to buy, but I don't know how the order books are looking on the exchanges from that one. If there are like a little bit thick orders over here, then might be interesting. There's not going to be a lot of liquidity as well on that one, I guess. Time leverage. But anyhow, holding that, it's fine. You need to hold your previous weekly on it. So far, the low what you settle, that's a nice buy. Especially on the 4 hour, you start to get quite cool off. And you're going to aim to regain this area. That's the major. Flipping you September over here closing anything higher time frame above it, it's a go time for it. That's gonna explode definitely because the run up what it does right now, it just grind, right? And once you get in a good point, you might see a flush and then coming up. Same over here, right? What did you do? Run up, flush, and grind again. Could repeat, definitely will one day. So keep that in mind because this was your settlement price, you prior structure, break out, come back into the structure, and then do it again, right? Bigger time frame. Could be. I will aim for this kind of structure again. Somewhere over here, coming back into the $1, right? It's all possible. It's can do, right? Or even deeper correction. Who knows? But so far, that's what you aim. Buy at lows. Get and rise hold of the previous weekly. So that's your strength. You regain your previous two structures already. You have a failure from the bigger one. That's fine. Regaining now. Go time. So buying now the low, it's fine. You still can go lower up, right? Don't get me wrong. You still can do something like this and then do the major stuff. But yeah, it's a nice opportunity to ladder in. Definitely, I will consider this as area to ladder in because breaking that is what it's gonna bring you, fucking to the this price or below. It's still possible, but then that's not gonna be buy it up that quickly. Looks weird. Yeah, and hyper looks so different. Yeah, is it? Hyper looks different. Okay, gonna say it's a horizontal range, not upward sloping. Yeah. Hopefully you see the pump up today. Likely make a bigger drop. Interest. Yeah. I mean, definitely. So don't consider this as a level. This is a list price level only. It's not a yearly open at all. It's just a list price. So don't consider that. It's nothing that's gonna hold you when you're gonna come back. It's just a list price. It need to start somewhere. So that's why they put it there. But yeah, coming back into the 0.5, I will assume that's gonna be a nice area to regain of that structure as well. And everything below that, if you start to close anything below 0.53, let's see if you're gonna hold. If not, make sure you're gonna look it on the low time frame for any reversal because potentially there is not much to hold on that one. And 6. Yeah, that's the level. Oh, okay. Hyperliquid got a little bit more wick into it, right? Over here. Before the major pump. Yeah, okay. That's the shit you want, yeah. Yeah. Okay, but anyhow, even then, I don't consider that wick because structure matters. Wick doesn't give you a structure, only a high position. Went to 90 minus. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. The price need to settle down on it, and as well the volume and the hype about it, right, or whatever. So yeah, till that, just trade the range, buy your support. So technically, right now, what you're holding this area right now. So the low or even the high of this swing, right? So this is your area to flip. Hold that, up it is, fail that. That's the next low. Done. Not much to say about it. Technically, everything else has been tested. So before I did that, if the proposal looks like, yeah. Oh yeah, it's still good. It's nice. I saw worse, but so far, nice, really nice. Traded those spots. I didn't like. Is it? Jesus, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, we've been talking about that once, right? So, thing is, you had really nice hold of your previous structure over here. You support, that's perfect. some liquidity grab, so even better. Push up. Right now, what do you need to do is regain this high. Regaining your previous high, and that means as well, technically this, oh, you need to regain this. Everything after that, it's not going to be an issue because it's been tested. You have the liquidity grab over here. There's not much to hold on it. And then what you are aiming for is bearish retest of your prior structure of this area. So those are the two first aims. And after that, there is the untested level over here. So those are the two levels that you aim for. The rest is going to be history, because after regaining that, this not going to hold you at all. But before you're going to get there, you have some stuff to do. Run up. Gain, hold, flip. Oh, fucking hell. That's thick. That's thick. Be aware you're not going to do one of those fucking nasty wicks to the downside. Grab all of that shit. Because it still can. Flush to the downside and then regain it. Because right now you just regain this hip, right? Before coming even close to the bearish retest, you can wick into it and then have a continuation. If you're not going to do it straight, that's fine. Be aware you're not going to do those nasty things. So far, it kind of does constantly. That's how it's keep it alive, I guess. And only to the downside, right? So it says already enough. It will continue doing that. So be aware of that one. Be aware. Breakout. Opening a little bit dump. Yeah. Nice position for the, yeah, look at that. That's nice grid positions to the prior structure. Yeah. Nice eagle. Arrow and Sui. Yeah. Sure I can. This. Oh, I've been here. Yes. Didn't get close to the bearish formation, and so far it will gonna be the bearish one. Why? Because you're starting to fail your prior structure twice already, so this is still the aim. So not much to say about it. You didn't get close enough. Secondary move to the upside, that's gonna be the aim. And look at the tick liquidity and look where it ends. So easy as it gets, right? This is the aim, to get into it. But so far, can you go lower? Definitely you can. Why? Because there is still structure below us, and there is some, even this area over here, that's fair value gap considering on the higher time frame. And the lowest point that you want to get is to 0.8. Lower than that, you're gonna break your higher time frame stuff, and you don't want it. So far, you're holding the flip, RSI flip of this structure of it. So you're keeping your support below you. You're holding that. The aim is over there, right? That's your aim. And to be honest with you, that's going to be quite positive as well, because coming into that area, you regain your previous swing, going back, starting to hold, and then you aim to get higher up. So yeah, we're over it, but that's a little bit more the aim of it. Do we? Delete that one. Delete that one. Just delete everything. So far, if you zoom out on Sui, and that's quite neat actually, it's doing this, right? We all know what that's good for. Either way, it might pump quite nicely. So let me just switch on to the higher time frame just to check. There is nothing above us, not much to hold. That's been tested. That's been tested. That's nice. Okay. So far, really nice tick support, and holding on this area, it's good. But I rather even coming back into the lows, that grabbing the liquidity below us and then going off, because technically I was looking yesterday at it and it was a little bit more thicker to the downside, and there is a gap. So I'd rather fill up the gap. We're still trading into the support, so there is that as well. Holding that, coming higher, filling the gap, and then doing something like this. What Stewie kind of likes to do, right? So let's see. But it's fine. It's still good. Yeah, it broke the structure, but you're technically aiming right now for this to happen. If I might borrow from Stu, and then holding that or regaining the high, coming back the structure, and then you have the continuation. Could be. Does it always plays out? Most of the times, right? So yeah, it's still good. Holding your prior low, and that's the 3.1. You don't want to go get lower than that, because then you get into the lower support over here. So yeah, so far so good. That's Sui. Damn, she's thick. What's an announcement, please? Send message here, launch. Yeah. Oh, nice one, nice one. Brumi, you asked for Esther. I dig the name of it. I mean, it says enough. It's still continuation into the blue sky breakout. So really nice regain. Hold. Didn't come even close. I mean, technically it did to the wick. Double top wick, double bottom wick. Really, really nice price action. So didn't even reach the area that I've been mentioning last week. We're gonna come back, but if you want to argue, it did come back into the wick. So there it is, to the fucking T twice in a row, and it still goes. So you building your support, right? New support into the on the chart. This is prior one, holding those two. It's a continuation. Breaking into that, coming lower, fine, right? That's not gonna be useful. So there it is. It's still go time, right? But coming back into the 1 of 8, or even better, coming back into the, okay, let's front run a little bit more. 107 area over here. That's a fucking buy area as it gets. If you're not gonna hold this little support, then you're coming back into the bigger one. That's you buy everything over here. But between 107 and 103. So far it doesn't look like it wants to go back. Still aim to go higher up. Power not really useful so far because there is not much history on that one. That's why I will keep a little bit more 1 hour. And so far it's only positive cash flow in. So great stuff. Great freaking stuff. Up it is. I assume. This doing. Oh, this one did it even. That's one even better. Nice grind. Oh, does the market repeat itself? It fucking rhymes. There it is. What's this doing? Oh, look at that. Surprise, surprise. What do we have more? Fun stuff. Crow. Oh, yeah. Crow is doing crow stuff. Has been said. It's security. It's doing exact the same over and over and over again. Well, I've been saying it as well. Buying every single thing around here, or even a little bit more higher up. That's your next move to the upside. So, thanks to the Irishman, told me about the Irishman. I miss the Irishman's sexy voice. I'll jump on the stream soon. Yeah, Irishman have some good things to say as well sometimes. Not always about alcohol, drinking, drugs, and green stuff. Anyhow, Crow is doing Crow stuff. So, yeah, buying every single thing over here. It's a go. And then aim for maybe $1, so 1.6-ish area. Get into the bigger position above it. Because there is still a lot to be done for it. Didn't even reach the bearish under under retest. So that's the ooh, ooh, nice. Almost. Almost. Okay. Not much. Render. Nice. Look at that. Nice hold of the support. What you aiming right now? Previous weekly, definitely it's gonna be. Yep. It is the failing of the previous weekly. Filling up the gap. Up it is. Breaking out of this wedge. That would be really awesome. If render's gonna start to break out and aiming for November and May, regaining that stuff, then you getting close to 5.4, and finally you're gonna retest of the February. So nice, 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 nice. That's what you want. Privacy, and look at that. Still, even though it didn't come close to retest the previous support. Nice. That's gonna break out from it. Q3 is not even gonna hold. Gonna retest it quite nicely, and I don't think the 352 is not gonna hold it as well. Yep, there it is. That's been retested. So let's put it into hold and regaining that stuff. You're getting into the next resistance area. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Anything else, guys, that you want to look at so far? We are aiming to get a little bit more higher up, and hopefully we're gonna get rid of this block over here and start to retest the area, support area from here, resistance area. So yeah, interesting price action, definitely. See the higher time frame is doing. To buy 5 coins right here for max upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Definitely injective. So, okay. Jokes aside, definitely injective. You look at back at the history, right? So there is potentially a little bit more to gain and regain on that one. So injective is always going to be my little baby by a trade. Back to back, I'm trading AVAX as well on the same potentials. Why? Because it's quite similar price action to injective. Both of them are doing similar things. One of another a little bit more slacking behind. Still, AVAX, hype definitely. Structure wise, not only fundamentals but structure wise, right? That's typical what you're gonna see for a while. Fine with me. I'm gonna buy the shit out of it. Potentially Bitcoin, I mean, could be, but it's a little bit more on this end of its team. So for me, I mean, if I will buy a bit more of it, I'm aiming choose that not only the 10%, right? The rest after that, potentially, can we go higher up? Do one more? Yes, we can. I'm not aiming for it. So there's still possibility. I'm aiming more to do the reversal on that one to build up the bigger short positions on it to go a little bit more lower and then see if we're gonna start to break. And per is just a fun thing that I'm start to trade while I'm doing the hype. I'm buying it up on lows, and let's see if we're gonna get into the 0.5 or maybe higher up. I don't care. I don't know. This is just for fun that I'm having it. But those 4, in the meanwhile, I'm daily trading it. Link is just on the side. Just on the side. If I'm bored, if I'm seeing something good. But most of the times, I'm a little bit more too late with Link. So I'm not even bothered with it. But yeah, those are the 4s that I'm mainly and daily wise trading constantly. Only those 4. The rest is just, if I see opportunity, I will buy it up. But I'm not really aiming to have like fucking 10, 20, or 30 coins at the same time running. Bot wise, that's a little bit different, right? So on the bots, yeah, I can have multiples because that's laying there and doing its own thing. I don't need to look at it that often. But manually, those are the ones that I'm trading. Do you trade those spots? No, leverage. The spot positions, that's a different list I'm having. I'm not showing those ones that often, but why no Sol? I used to trade Sol. And to be honest with you, like I used to trade it below somewhere around here, this range. Uh, why not? Like I don't know. Sometimes it's not about to own every single coin or to trade every single coin. For me, it's more like I'm stick with the ones that I personally know by heart, and that means by structure on the chart how it behaves. So I like, but I don't know. If I like different ones, I guess. I really don't have an answer why I don't trade Sol. Like sometimes I had one right, the position that I got from here. I've been calling to from this range over here, or from this position, from these structures that we might hold it. I had that backswing over here. I caught up and I added a little bit more over here, spot wise, plus on the leverage, and I got rid of it quite somewhere over here. And since then, I didn't touch it. I once in a while trade it, and then I forget about it. I just do it on the streams. So it's I don't know. Like it is hard to explain why I'm not trading it daily. Sometimes I look at it and I like, yeah, it's fine, but I don't pull the trigger on it. It's a feeling, I guess. It's a gut feeling that I'm having, and I'm sticking with mine top 4-ish, 5-ish that I manually trade on leverage. Spot-wise is different, right? Don't get me wrong. That's different. I buy shit up, but I don't know. I like my top 4, and I stick with it, and that makes me money. And I guess I don't need more. I think so. I don't know, but it's guys up to you. Like it's same with you guys. Like you have as well. Like prefer coins that you're trading daily, right? And most often they are quite different than the rest is doing. Yeah, Crow definitely start to do it. Like I've been mentioning, right? Crow is doing the same thing. I've been mentioning after hit 0.3, you're gonna have reverse and you're gonna see the same pattern. How many times I did say that in all my streams? So we're doing exact same thing. Higher high. Right now, it's grinding to the downside. This you lower support, and I'm kind of aiming to be hold between over here. And if not, we're gonna start to see something like this, right? And then do the move. It always does that. Like Crow is doing this the Crow thing. Like this you can trade fucking blindly. Like it's obvious what we are doing, right? Do we break any to the downside? No. Are we holding the support? Definitely. Is it obvious that it's gonna do another one? For sure. If I need to bet, definitely. Yeah. Right. Because what are you doing still constantly with this up move price action? First thing first, you are on the side retesting this area with this swing. Next one, you're technically retesting this with this, and in this high retest what? This underside retest of this bearish position. Next one, it's going to be retesting this top, this resistance, and the next after that, you might even do fucking all-time high if you get to $1, right? I like that price action because it's obvious and it's clear and it's easy. It's brainless. But yeah, it's still definitely loading up. And if you want to be a little bit more open up, then this is your area to get into the position, right? Why? Because it still can go DCA into it and obvious. Jesus, fat. That's been a while. Holy fuck. Uh, yeah, exact the same thing, right? It used to do it the same thing. Like, are we gonna do the massive spike up? Hopefully, but I'm not sure. So far, it's leading to it, right? Exact the same thing. What are we doing? On the side retesting what? This structure over here, what you have been failing from the highs. The next move, what are you doing right now? This is a brainless buy possibility right now. Why? Because you've been once, twice, three, four times we're doing the higher high from the structures. So next move, where you gonna retest? Definitely this area over here, right? So this flip, you're gonna retest on the next move. After that, what's left? A high, regain this high, and where do you go for? This failure over here, right? Easy as that. And then blue sky breakout. Same what we did over here. Are we gonna do the same move? I'm not sure if the alts are able to do it again. Let's see. I would like to be surprised about that, but so far it's leading to a breakout. How high? It could be as well that we're gonna do on this run bearish retest and then do the bigger stuff on the next run, right? But technically you broke stuff, right? It's been broken. You hold only on this support. So as easy as it gets, it's technically this. Should we break out from it? Yes, of course. How are we gonna do it? What's the alt season gonna bring us this year? Or a little bit more into the next year. So this is it. Fat Pengu. Been a while I watched this penguin. I can do some stuff. So far it's failing it. That was the other brain fart for a second. Back into the sport, holding it. Barely, but holding it so far. It's good. You want that. Same stuff. Begin of the high, that's fine. Holding the low, right? Cool. So what you have, there you have it. So that's nice position. Still able to even come into that position. And technically, what are you looking for? Right? This. Why? We do it obviously. So far, this is kind of the area that you aim for. This is a buy. If you start to losing it, I'm not sure if this hip's gonna hold you. Most of the times it does, but then I would rather to come back into the 0.01 area and then obviously buy that and be less risky than up to. So this is the kind of the aim what you're aiming for. This been tested already, so not much gonna hold you. Then the rest of it is just technically all-time high because I do not consider this wick as a price action. So yeah, nice area, definitely. Holding on the support. A little bit below that, but still holding it. Is there something to go for? Definitely. Look at that. It's a little bit more, too much foam for Guinness. Bro, you should be ashamed. But that's a nice one. Rummy. AVAX cash flow positive 1 hour. Yeah. Definitely after that run up over here. Buyback from this position. Fuck yeah, that's definitely in a positive cash flow, yeah, I assume. Coming into it, yeah. Can be on the next couple hours. We could see some flip. That's why I said, like, market is leaving in a quite nice push, a little bit more higher, in my opinion. There is no need to think about we're gonna go ballistic to the downside. Look at that. That even go a little bit more higher up, so that's fine. Even Bitcoin looks quite nice to do the retest or maybe have a little bit more regain. But so far, 12 hours looks really juicy and nice. So, and to be honest with you, if you think about it as this price action over here, yeah, we could regain that quite easily, right? Do same small structure over here, regain and do the flip. right? Regain and do the flip, coming even back, and then, oh yeah, we are cooking. Oh, was Plumbus. Oh, I thought about someone else. Sorry, I missed too many people, I guess. Plumbus, nice man. That no. Oh, bro, don't even start about it. So the thing is, like, those Griffin looks acceptable shit. Okay, first thing first. I've been always saying I'm not fundamental, right, guy? But is there any use case for it? Is there any need to buy it? Just only because it is AI related or it's just like set on the AI? This doesn't look good at all. Got a nice roundup, don't get me wrong. That was really nice beginning of it. So far, we didn't even come close into the bigger resistance area. Yes, it's coming together for a bigger breakout as it did over here. Will be cooked for a while. So yeah, this could lead up for a nice breakout. And don't get me wrong, that's still almost 3.5x, right? But are we gonna get into the back into 0.6? I would be surprised. Well, if that's happened. But there is a lot of things to be honest to be tested, regained, and then coming up to a higher up price section. So yeah. And there it is. Gain of loose level that I've been fucking calling it for like so many times over here. And it's struggled to do that. It still can do it. So far, it's I will not even think about it to buy that one or grass. One of those ones, definitely not. There are much better projects on the market than Griffin. It had a nice run up, right? Deal it. Forget about it. See if we start to regain. If that shit regains its 0.1, 0.15, this area, then that's nice. Coming back into the support, then I will buy it to go higher up, but only then. So far, I'll leave it as it is. I don't even care about it. What do you think on AVNT? Fundamentals on chart wise? Fundamentals, I don't give a shit. I had it, so yes, yeah, I had it over here. I've been talking about that, I guess a couple of seconds ago. Anyhow, yeah, it didn't come back into the area that I was aiming for. Still really nice. Hold, regain its support. So right now we're holding to get a little bit more higher up. There's not much price action on 4 hours, so I will suggest we stay a little bit more on 1 hour. So far, nice pullback on it from the high that you regain, and it was a nice super pocket. And if you start to regain that high, you're coming back into the previous one, but you start failing, and the liquidity grab wick. So let's see if we're gonna create that. Technically, and that's only technically you're aiming for this resistance area, just because you fail twice the lows on it, so you start to break the structure to the downside. Even if you start to regain it afterwards, this is still your resistance area. And then, of course, those are the levels that's coming back into it. Could be nice to buy, but even better to come back into the support over here area. That's what I would like to see. The rest below that, I would not even rather to get that low so far. If yes, then that's obviously as well no brainer to buy, but that's depend as well on the structure. If you're gonna do a god candle to the downside, then you know what that means. So far, it's holding it, and it starts to look like it wants to go higher. So yeah, fuck how it's going. Yeah, and like you've been saying, volume is insane, and it's kind of doing its same thing over and over, right? So I will not be surprised it's gonna do another one, and then start to do some structure formation to the sideways. Anyhow, still looks good. Potentially still can go a little bit more higher up, 20%. Start maybe regain the prior wick, and then do some positioning to the downside, forming a new structure for it, and then move on. so far it's still up, and it had a nice regain from the lows already. So yeah. To wreck late this week. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm aiming as well. Like I'm quite bullish still on everything besides Bitcoin. And Bitcoin for me it's a little bit more down. I'm aiming to build up some position to for the bear market eventually in the long run, but that's going to be around this area over here. And let's see, maybe higher up. Either in some nice position and build up from it, because I am really aiming that Bitcoin's going to run off the steam and gonna turn around, and the rest of the market's gonna do its own thing for the old season. Technically, what's left from it, or what's gonna be coming up sooner or later. So yeah, so far everything's aiming quite nicely. Even AVAX is doing nice things. High time frame. But buyback on fucking daily, that's insane. I mean, been a while I saw it, and it moved the price quite higher up. Most of the times it's been still struggling to the downside, but so far this been quite nice. Let's see if we're gonna hold it and regain the price structures. Used by Korea? For what? Are they seriously? I didn't read about that. Maybe. What's the most shortable coin? Down to zero. Down to zero, bro. I don't know. I'm not really interested in doing that. I hope it's gonna be this one. This meme coin. I know. I'm not sure. Going to be used by them for something. Okay, interesting. Then yeah, that's good. That's awesome. Or the next one is gonna be this. This. Oh yeah, there you go. That's your shortable for to zero. Banks start using XRP. Are they using XRP or are they using the chain? Move stuff. Not sure if they. I mean, are they? Stock market worth fucking hell. I'm joking. I mean, so what? I seriously don't give a shit about it at all. All that thought news thought about it, and what did they do? Like look how this is fucking looking. Looks like. Does it looks quite healthy? So far, the only positive thing about it is was that they create this move. Can they do it again? Maybe. Are they gonna continue doing it? Not sure. Yeah, those are the XRP holders. Yep. Yep. Oh, yeah. Something between now and might be. Yeah. Oh, there it is. The next one to the zero. Oh, fucking I didn't even realize that. Jesus. Look at that. So 6.7. Nice. As low as it gets. Hmm. Interesting. Will retire me. My bloodline. Yes, it will. Now it will. This you can short to the fucking zero. Oh yeah. Mm, oh, you had a chance to do this. Look at that. That was a nice short. Who saw it coming? Anybody caught that shit? Really? Nice. That's nice. And that's definitely gonna reach the zero because it took everything. And you start to be below the fucking list price. So Poland coin. That would be nice. To have a vodka coin or a potato coin. Bobber coin, yeah. Echo probably might be, but this is dead already. So Ooh, it's quite holding it. Ooh, that would be nice if I'm gonna get this area. Oh, perfect. Wait for the explosion. Why? Dang. Dang. Any questions that the market rhymes? It doesn't repeat but rhymes to each other. There it is. Presses. Where did you go, by the way, Plumbus? Oh, perfect. Perfect hold. Yeah, bro. I had been driving 8 hours yesterday. I slept like a baby afterwards. I was dead. Came home. Landed back. Nice, nice. So far, I kind of digging the buyback on it. Let's see if we're gonna regain the bearish structure over here. Good. Patient. The fire of a firebot. The hodl bots start to flicker. You have small resistance over here, hip. If we start to regain that higher up, have the buy signal going back, hold the structure, and then start to grind again. Hopefully. Nice in the night. Yeah. When hold Trump coins? Never. Never hold. Been shorting it. Sorry with yeah. No, it was a friend of him. He was tweeting GM. But funny enough, that was exact at the same time when Smiley posted on Pro Signal, and I was like, "Blow, that's not coin." Oh, but yeah, it was fun. Oh, what? Dude, but I saw something on Twitter that uh yeah, see, that was his tweet today. Good morning. Okay. Oh. Who fucking remembers that? Oh, beautiful as it gets. Jesus. But yeah, his friend was texting today and it pushed a little bit more. There will be a book with people hats. Yeah, of course. Of course. he's, yeah, he's in jail together with him. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, 1 or 2 days with no. Because he's okay with it. Book with people hats. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh. Good stuff. Get back into it. Yeah. Hey, so far, technically on a low time frame, this is what you're looking for. And you pull back into it, it's a buy. So I might borrow from our lovely Canadian guy. It's fun to make stupid trades, bro. It's fun. I like to keep it fun for myself if I do some stupid things. Oh, yeah, happen. Oh, still alive. With doing something. Nice. Nice hold. Nice hold. Right. Nice run up, I guess. Outliers. BNB had a nice. I used to fucking do my best to trade this shit, but believe me, on leverage it's horrible shit to do it. I imagine that fucking. I didn't buy anything here. These Americans. Yeah, ask them. Ask the Canadians about it, and they will tell you. I don't know. I'm not one of them, so I will never be. This how comes. Never have heard of go straight up to 10. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy and a little bit more stupidity as well, in my point of view. Like, the focus is not there when you used to be back in the days. The top 100 coins have been fucking mental back like a couple years ago, and now the mind blowing. Technically, I mean, Hype did it quite well. It's still like which place 11, 10 or something. So yeah, fair enough for Hype. Money, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it used to be. Well, now in those days, yeah, there's no way. Nice. Oh, love it. Twice even bottom. Quite nice. Like that. I seriously like. Oh, that's perfect buy. S flip. Hold. Big gain of November. Aiming for yearly. That might be as well. Nice flip. And then up it is. Perfect. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Like it. Anyhow, so far, if you guys don't have any questions, tokens, or anything that I look at, I will say I will see you Sunday. Let's see what the end of the week is gonna bring us. Hopefully, it's gonna be nice and positive because so far it looks like we might have a nice run up and do some bearish retest. Oh, bearish retest stuff going back, buy, and then up to the bigger resistance. So far, so good. I like the buyback on it. Yeah, we might fail on it, but if we gonna aim that we doing similar thing over here, and we start to grind higher up and do some all-time high stuff, resistance. So far, nice. Overall, good run up. Uh, Points are start to get a little bit more bullish as well. On top of the that they are on the support, and like I've been saying, every single new low, it's a buy. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Part AVAX, I missed out on it because I was driving. It is what it is. Let's see how the end of the week's gonna bring us and how we're gonna close the weekly. So far, I'm aiming we might do bullish close on it. It'll be nice. And then the next one, that's gonna be the failure or even higher up. Who knows? So far, up it is, still otherwise. And changing that, we need to break below 108. Bye. Have a good one. Stay positive. Don't get caught up on the fucking X bullshit. or some gaming tokens. Keep it simple. Trade how it is. And yeah, guess that's all. See you on the flip side. Bye. Love you all.